Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. So I just want to start off today by thanking you and drop where you're from. Put in the comments where you're from, where you're tuning in from, and I'd really appreciate that. And I want to start this off with a quote that I saw. I'm getting a weak connection. I hope this is going through. Right now I see it's building me an audience, so we'll wait for it to build an audience, but I love this quote. We'll give it 1 second. Let's see. Hi Don, thank you for joining me. Yes. All right. So we're going to wait a second, give it a second for my friends to tune in. I'm not sure if I'm getting a good connection. If I am, give me a couple hearts, give me a couple likes out there. Feel free to share it with your friends. So I'm not sure if the connection activity is going very well. If this doesn't go through, I will come back on. Let's give it a second. Waiting, building an audience. Got my shirt. I'm a proud dad. So, hope everybody's having an awesome Tuesday. Where are my friends? Give me some love. Tell me where you're from. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. So, I'm going to start with a quote. I love this quote. It's by Regina Brett. And it talks about, this is her quote. It says, no matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. So I just want to tell you, thank you for showing up, getting up, and being here today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And so let's get started. Hoping you'll see the replay and you'll share it. But whoever's on, thank you so much. I can't see. I know it's kind of keeps telling me I'm having a weak connection. We'll hope that this goes through, and let's get started. So my name, if you don't know who I am, my name is Richard Contreras. I'm from Sacramento. I'm married for 28 years. I've been in business for 28 years. Have 5 kids and 4 beautiful grandkids. And so that's a little bit about me. I just want to give you a story of who I got this information from. This knowledge. This man is Mr. Darren Hardy. If you don't know who Mr. Darren Hardy is, I'm going to give you a little bit of who he is. He wrote a couple books. One's called The Compound Effect. The other one's called The Roller Coaster. And incredible books. If you haven't read them, I would encourage you to get them. But anyway, so he's an author, a speaker, and he has this knowledge that was shared to him from a gentleman, and it helped him multiply his income 5 times. That's right, 5 times. So I was intrigued. I had to listen. I went on his webinar and I listened. I soaked in all the knowledge that he had and all the wisdom, and I've been applying it. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit about the story. There's quite a bit to go over. I'm going to try to cover it as quick as I can. So if you have a piece of paper, some notes, you can see, it'd be great to pull it out. Hi, Tamara, thanks for joining me. If you have some paper, notes, pen, you can write down some notes, and we'll get started. I will put in the comments the webinar for Darren Hardy's next webinar. I think it's this coming Monday, and he's got a class program. It's called Insane Productivity. It's a course. Wow, I hear I think there's only 500 people that can go into that class. It's done, I think, maybe once a year. So right now he's offering a great price on it. So if you want to check it out, I'll put in the link. I'll put in a link down below in the comments. You can take a look at it. So let's get started. Let's get started with this. Thanks for Gail for showing up. I appreciate you. So it's really fascinating. So Darren Hardy. He met this man, a 94-year-old man. He was a billionaire man, and this billionaire man had this specific process that he taught Darren Hardy, and there was a specific process that he would do every Sunday for about 15 minutes, and so and this Darren Hardy applied, and you hear what I said, it multiplied his income 5 times. And so let's just dive right into it. Let's go. So here we go. So you see, I have a piece of paper here. What he did is he told him, Darren, I want you to pull out a piece of paper, and I want you to put a cross down the middle of that piece of paper. You can see. And on that piece of paper, you're going to write up on top your divine purpose. Your divine purpose. That's what's going to go up on top down there. And in each one of these boxes, you're going to write, your first box, you're going to write big goal number 1. And then big goal number 2. And big goal number 3. And in this last box, you're going to write miscellaneous. He said, what's miscellaneous? And he says, that's what they call the Devils Vortex. So he called this the Holy Trinity Box. Well, this 94-year-old man, he's a Catholic man. So it's going to go a little, he kind of goes a little spiritual, but he called this his Holy Trinity Box. Boxes. And he called this the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And obviously, the miscellaneous is the Devil's Vortex. So what he had him do, so isn't that amazing? Wow, just the visual of that. Just the visual of it. Wow, I was like, oh wow. So what he had him do is prioritize. It's about prioritizing. So what he would do is he would take his most valuable priorities of the week, and he'd place them in the boxes. And the reason, the reasoning for this is to be able to get everything that was in his head, that was going through on in his head, onto paper. It's like that he called it the mental psychic. It's like being overwhelmed. It's like that scattered brain, where it's just too much. So if you prioritize it and you put it on paper and put it in your prioritized areas, you'll be able to see. And so as he went through and started doing it, he started realizing that most of his things were going into the miscellaneous. So there was things that he wasn't, that weren't going towards, he wasn't focusing towards his goals. And so yeah, let me check right here. So anyway, so he had him take out that piece of paper, he had him write down and prioritize it's your productive activity. This way it gives you more clarity. I know they used to say knowledge, because I used to think knowledge is power. We know, if you know Andrew Carnegie, he built a lot of libraries throughout America. I mean, like over 100,000 libraries. And we used to go to the library and get a lot of knowledge from there. We used to, if we didn't know a word, we used to go in the dictionary. Well, now today, you can go on the computer. You can Google it, and say the word, and it'll give you the information through Google. You can go on YouTube and get the information on how to. And so knowledge is power. I would think that conduct, how you conduct yourself, is power. Integrity is power. character is power. So anyway, so let's kind of go on here. He talks about putting your, let me go here. Sorry, about prioritizing in your boxes. Okay, and let's see. We're here. So let's go to the 3 secrets. Let's get started. I'm going to give you the 3 secrets that he gave. The 3 secrets that he gave to increase his income. So, whew. All right. So, here we go. Secret number 1. He says, secret number 1 is it's a sacred demand. Sacred demand. So, he's a spiritual man. Remember, this 94 man is a spiritual man. And he took a verse from Luke. And he says, for everyone to whom much is given of him, much be required. And from whom much has been trusted, even more will be demanded. So he's basically telling you to honor your gift. To honor your gift. That the size of your life will determine the size of your problems you choose to solve. So he's basically saying, go after bigger goals. Go after bigger goals. Sometimes, they say, it takes the same time and energy as it does for smaller goals, it does for bigger goals. So go after bigger goals. Where they say, what's that? If you wanted to, like the person wants to open a coffee house, and going after a bigger goal would be opening up a Starbucks. You know, how about the person that said they want to open up e-commerce, and instead somebody thought bigger and opened up Amazon. Somebody was thinking, I want to open up a bicycle shop. Where Richard Branson says, I want to own my own airlines. 2 different transportations, but one just thought bigger goals. And so, wow, that secret's powerful. So here we go. Secret number 2. Secret number 2. Whole heart devotion. So he took a scripture from Matthew and he says, no man can serve 2, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. One thing, one master priority. So he's basically saying, do one thing at a time. Master one thing at a time. Make that your priority. One thing at a time. I mean, that is pretty powerful, because we have a tendency to want to do more. Too much. And, it ends up being in that miscellaneous. And so, wow, that's very powerful. And secret number 3. Secret number 3. Genesis deadline. Genesis deadline. He says this. Look. God created heaven and earth in 6 days. I think to set an example. So he's basically saying, if God wanted to create heaven and earth in 1,000,000 years, he would have created it in 1,000,000 years. But he thought, I'm going to create it in 6 days. And he created it in 6 days. Very powerful. So he's basically showing us that we can achieve all we want in only a week time. It's a matter of prioritizing. It's setting unreasonable deadlines, putting pressure on us to focus even more on our growth. Creating that pressure, creating that power, that creative power pressure. This is some powerful stuff. I was like, wow. Especially, because I seem to, set goals, but are we really taking that prioritize action towards them goals. I mean, that is key. That's probably why a lot of us are stuck in the same place, you know, in the same boat for many years. Like, especially like myself. Hi, Mary. Thanks for watching. And so, very powerful stuff here, guys. I love how he talks about staying away from temptations, you know, in that Devil's Vortex, you know. I like this one. He says, in that Devil's Vortex, he says, we think that we want to do, that we think we should do, but we're not doing it. That's powerful. So, anyways, I thought this was great. I've been taking it. I've been reading the Think and Grow Rich book, and it talks about setting your major definite purpose in life, of having a major definite purpose in life, and what you're going to do to, how you're going to get that in life. What services are you going to render? How are you going to help people? What you're going to offer? And, you know, I thought about that, and that's deep, you know. Now, this is the thought process. How do we attain that on a daily basis, a weekly basis? Well, if you can have a foundation, something that you can literally start your week off. You know, start your week off by prioritizing your things that are going through your mind. What's most important to you? What goals are most important to you? And if you're not going towards them, then they need to go in that miscellaneous area, and it needs to be, you know, it's not working towards your goals. So, anyways, I thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for joining me on this. Like I said, I'm growing every day. I'm here to share what's been shared to me. I'm thanking you guys. Thank you so much. This is new for me to be able to share the knowledge, the wisdom that's been given to me. Remember, they say knowledge is power. Excuse me. But I do know that if we're creative enough, because there's a lot of resources, we can find the things to be able to help us succeed in life. And so I'm here to share it with you guys. Thank you so much. I'm a proud dad. God bless you guys. I will be back to share the Science of Getting Rich, chapters 3 and 4. They're incredible. To share that book, The Detours. It's amazing. I've just started it, and thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Have an awesome day. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.